Plug this everywhere. It's important to shill yourself, I guess. Let's say that's good enough. All right, Travis strikes again. Finally, as you can see, I've got the Unreal Engine shirt on, and I'm wearing my purple hoodie. I do not have a purple jacket, leather jacket. I wish I had that jacket, but this is close enough. So this whole stream for this game is going to be me telling people how underrated this game really is. Because I think it is a fantastic game, and people write it off real easily, but it's there's a lot more to it than meets the eye, for sure. I think people just kind of write it off as like, oh, video games, oh, this isn't the same as 1 and 2. Like, do they really want something the same as 1 and 2? Why is this loading taking so long? I'm getting a little concerned. This is not normal. There we go. It's a big game. I think this is, they used Unreal 4 for this game. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the development of this game was essentially practice for the development of No More Heroes 3. Which is coming soon. We are in August. There's like 25 days until No More Heroes 3. I have 25 days to beat this game. I think I can do it. And here we are. We'll just do new game. On mild. I don't want to deal with bitter, spicy shit. I've done 2 playthroughs of this game. 1 new game and 1 new game plus. Is it not going to play the intro cutscene? It's just going to start us off throwing us in the game? There's a cutscene that happens. Oh, okay. Right into the death drive. Well. Okay, that's loud. Let's turn it down a bit. This is a sick intro song for Electric Thunder Tiger. Okay, so, I guess to get you up to speed, there is an intro, where, I forgot who it was, but it was a Killer 7 style intro, where one of the Killer 7 characters is like, oh, bad man, you're up to bat, go bring back your daughter, toss him the death ball for this game. He goes out to fight Travis. Badman is Bad Girl's father, who, we killed in the first game. So Badman comes to try to kill Travis. Travis is like, oh, no. And they get sucked into the Death Drive, which is a Phantom video game console.
Since tragedy struck.
Electric Speed City has
And this is the intro to Electric Thunder Tiger.
It seems
2.
to be the second coming of the blackout 3 years ago. The city is currently being kept under full quarantine by the military and with absolutely no information released.
One man rises up once again.
It seems as though the machine has begun losing control underground once again. All power supplies have been cut off, and the city has plunged to 20 degrees below zero.
At this rate, the residents
I get chills when I hear this song. When it starts, this song's insane. This is the boss theme.
Electro Triple Star and save his wife and daughter.
How sick is that?
To return light and hope to the city.
Yeah, so Electric Thunder Tiger 2, which, by the way, in the very first trailer for No More Heroes 3, you could see Travis has that game on his TV. So just a little fun fact there. Yeah, it kind of sucks it didn't show me the Killer 7 opening. But oh well. Alright. You can jump in this game, that's right. I like how he like says like the same thing in 3, like, hey, can I ask you something? Are you guys aliens? So, one of the things that people kind of rag on this game for is that it is very text heavy, but, you know, I can understand that if you're not into like text heavy games, you might not enjoy this game because a lot of the juice of this game comes from reading. Alright, let's go. I got money! So yeah, the jumping in this game is way better than the Shinobu jumping. Not the Bug Street boys. Oh, dude. She has a pretty cool design. Yeah, so like this is just swats him away. You just hold it too. You know, today there was actually a trailer, not a trailer, but a gameplay thing of Suda playing No More Heroes 3, and one thing that blew my mind. This game is still kind of loud. Hey Luke, how's it going, man? So yeah, there was a trailer, and you can recharge your katana while walking in 3. And that blew my mind. I'm like, wow, it really is like Dark Souls 3. Yeah. Get out of here. No, it isn't. It's like almost completely charged. Yes, that's right. We can jump. Hey, Whisker. What's up, man? Alright. Bring it. Yeah, you can do this. Which I haven't seen any gameplay of, but because the controls in No More Heroes 3, yeah, we've actually known about Destroy Man coming back for a while from concept art, but more recently they've been showing more and more. The video that you probably saw was the mass-produced version. That's not the real Destroy Man. That's just a mass-produced copy. The real one looks like a fucking monster. It's sick. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure, I'm not even paying attention to you. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure Destroy Man was considered for this game. But they didn't have him in there due to like time constraints, which is really interesting. I'm really wondering how he would have been implemented into a game like this with the story the way it is. Ouch. So yeah, this first level is actually a pretty long one, to be honest. Oh, the charge attack. Here we go. A 15-second video. Was it like a new one? Because the only Destroy Man stuff I've seen from like the final product is like a few pictures they released, and they showed Travis beating up a mass-produced one in a trailer. But I'll have to check that out then. Because I know there was that new thing where Pseudo was playing the game today, but I didn't watch much of it because it's like, you know what, I just want to see it for myself. Okay. I think I was supposed to charge attack those guys. There it is. Now I have level 2 charge. The charge attacks destroy people in this game. Fuck. As always. See, I like that they have the mid-level, which I guess they'll have in 3 as well. Imagine taking a dump in cyberspace. Wouldn't that be something? You know, I tried to get a light-colored version of this shirt, but when I bought the one off Etsy, the guy never shipped it. So I opened a... Okay, I'll take a look, Luke. I'll take a quick look. What do we got? Oh, yeah, this is stuff we've seen. So, the first picture of him with his hand out doing the handshake, that was recently shown. The concept art's been there for a long time. Those 3 guys that's already been shown, the concept art. That little clip of him punching Travis, that was from the release date trailer. So, yeah. But I am really excited for that fight. Like, the first Destroy Man fight was alright. The only issue with it is that it's kind of easy for being the boss right after Shinobu. The Destroy Man fight in 2 is complete and utter garbage. But I think that this fight is going to be sick. This third one, I have high hopes for it, especially because I love his design. He looks like a badass. Speaking of his design, I was able to get myself the deluxe version of the collector's edition. So now I have both for 3. And I don't really need the regular one because I have the deluxe now. But I tried emailing Pix and Love saying, hey, can I cancel this? And they never got back to me, so I might be getting both. Which, oh well, I guess. But the lithographs that they come with, one of them has Destroy Man on it, and it looks sick. Oh, white sheep, man. Yeah, I've seen people enjoy that fight, that Destroy Man fight, but not many people do. But I've talked to people who actually do like that fight. And I question their sanity. Nah, it has a good concept. It was just very poorly executed. That's all. I want a level 3. Fuck off. Yeah, the general strat is to take out the first guy and then camp the other guy with projectiles. So you're essentially playing Smash. Oh no. It's the Soderbug. Oh, it's wrong button. Yeah, the general gameplay is gonna mimic this game for 3. Like, you'll have the same control set with the, you know, katana like that, with the light and heavy, with the jumps, with the rolls, and whatnot. Skill chips are coming back. It'll be really interesting, because it'll be essentially this, but outfitted onto, like, typical gameplay for No More Heroes. Fuck off! Can I level up yet? Oh yeah, there's DLC. Damn it. Alright, mess them up. How can you not say this isn't, you know, how can you not say this is satisfying, man? Ow. Whoops. Yeah, bingo. Yeah, that's essentially what I kind of ended up doing when I fought him on stream. It was really annoying and stupid, and I did not like it. See, that's a cool thing you can do in this game. You can change the difficulty at any time, up, down, whatever you want. I think there's a skill chip down here, actually. Or is there? No secrets? Oh, I forgot what that... There's like secret code things you can do in the levels. I forgot how to do it. Hey, Hazard. But yeah, the gameplay for this game can feel repetitive at times, and I understand that. This level's fine though. This is a good level. It's just kind of long. Okay, Jude. I think this is, oh, no. Travis going into Electric Thunder Tiger 2 extra hard. So yeah, if you mash A, you can like mess around with the loading screen. Who's next? Oh, the Buck Street Boy, but number blue. Yeah, they throw stuff. So you can like spray their projectiles with your katana. I don't know if I can get the Azteca stones in this, because I was confused. There was like an unlock all option for the shirts. So I'm just like, oh, what's this? And it just gave me every shirt in the game. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh no, not the bugaboo. Fuck you. God damn it, I wanted the level 3. Now I'll take an electro dump. Alright. Yeah, I think like this game, like you kind of play it, and it's kind of relaxing in a sense. You're just running around, beating up dudes. There's a chip. Yeah, there's tons of different combos you can do. However, if I recall correctly, there are some that are just busted. I totally pressed R to like roll or shield. How very Smash player of me. I need that level 3. Yeah, here we go! It's a tiger! Did that look sick or what? This game is a loud game. Maybe let's turn it down a little bit more. Is the audio levels good for you guys? Is this game too loud? Am I too loud? Get out of here. Alright. Bugjaroo. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the ramen is gonna heal you and give you a full charge, I think. Like a full super charge. Give me your best ramen.
Itadakimasu.
Yeah, so it gives you a full level 3 super. What's Grandpa's words of wisdom? Alright. Yeah, in 3, they got the whole thing with sushi. Oh, there's a stone. Moekyun. Yeah. There are some specific shirts I'm going to try. Based on some things I've heard that I didn't know before. But, let's get in here. Okay, yeah, the Psycho Chip is really good. It stuns them. Open Sesame Street. Like a real gamer. Yeah, you can only level up one at a time though. So like you can go through the entire game and not touch Batman once. But I will level up just so I can be stronger.
Nice.
Ah, nice. There is a strategy regarding leveling up though. Level up heals you completely. So what some people will do is that they'll save a level up in the wings if they're going up against like a tough level or a boss fight, and use that as a last resort if they really need the heals. So, a little fun fact for you there. Yeah. Alright, now we're inside the factory, I guess. More money. Oh, I hate these guys. Gates? These guys suck. They'll explode. See, that seemed easy there. But when there's like 5 of those guys on you at once, it's no longer fun. Get the hell out of here. Okay, what did I just get? Heavy chip. That one is extremely excessively good. It is part of the broken set. Like, there's a certain skill chip set you can do in this game that's just completely broken and just destroys everything. The heavy chip is part of it. You slow them down and then you use this one that makes you really strong, but really slow. I think this is... no. Oh. Fuck you! Oh shit. Get over there. Alright, catch you later, Whisker. Thank you for watching. The stone. Gotta go around. I need to know if that gives me the shirt I want. Oh, fuck. Whoops. I pressed the wrong button. I keep mixing up jump and roll. Not looking good. just cause of stupid electricity. Unless they give me a toilet. Yeah, but they're not killing you. I had Ronnie Mac last night. I'm not dead. Just saying. Deathahedrons. Smack it! I need that chip. I need that potato chip. That's not a skill chip. Money. 300 LBs. Ooh, how special. I don't know if you can fall off here. You might be able to. Let's go get that little box. That guy just... Okay. Okay. I think that's right, but then there might be something at the end there, though. Oh, fuck. Well, okay, I guess you can't fall off. Yeah, what the heck's over here? Stone? Oh no, not an explosion, man. You guys ever play Explosion Man? I never played that game, but I saw like videos on it and stuff. It looked kind of neat. But it kind of looked like the game that you'd play for a little bit and be like, okay, I'm done. You know? A very novelty game. Fuck off. Oh! No, get out of here. Get out! I'm pretty sure there's a washing coming up soon. Oh, hey, Bug Extra. I mean, you know, I forgot which Roman emperor it was, but one of them would slowly consume poison every day to build an immunity to it. So, some people are. Some people are that brave. Ah! Fuck. All for what? A box of money? Was it really worth it? Will he survive? The rodeo. But yeah, we haven't seen much jumping from No More Heroes 3 trailers yet, because it is going to work like this. So I guess we'll have stuff like that attack and things. But the only time I've ever seen any jumping is the footage of the Mr. Black Hole fight, but Suda's like obscuring it. That's the only... I think you see him jump in there like once. Yay! It's always nice to find a digital toilet. That's a pretty neat belt he's got. I should make myself a death glove. Seems like fun. Okay, here we go. This is a mini boss. The Destroyer. Oops, I did not mean to use that second one. Man, really? Dickhead! There you go. I was a bit reckless there, but that's okay. He's dead. But yeah, you can see from that little conversation there, like, the text in this game is actually quite clever. And I like that. So you really have to be fond of reading to really, really appreciate this game. Like, you gotta be willing to read. A lot of people aren't. Which is unfortunate. Oh, I want thing. This song is a banger, by the way. This is Electric Speed City. No! Yeah, he explodes. I don't know if he hurts enemies or not with the explosion. Oh, I'm an idiot. You can essentially stun lock those guys. If it's like a 1v1 on them. Unreal Engine logo. Awesome. I love this song. Fuck you! Oh shit. Is that actually true? I tend to forget that cake even exists. Alright, let's go. out of there! Okay, yeah, they can't hurt enemies. Alright. Toilet. Okay, we're almost done this level. Almost. I wonder how you can play around with the loading screen in 3. They may have shown us already, but I'm not sure. Look how sick this looks. Look at that. Look how awesome this place looks. I love this aesthetic. This kind of like city. Electric City. Alright, I think there's a stone around here. Oh. Oh, chill. Oh, I got the squares. You always want to get rid of these guys. Get out of here. Who wants it? Bring it! Stay up all night. I will be doing that when 3 comes out. I'm actually gonna no-life that game as much as I can. Look at the pretty colors and the street floor and just how beautiful this place is. Come on. How can you not love this game? Was there another guy over here? Okay, no, there wasn't. Check it out. Bulldoze them all. Why did it show that now? Oh, right. Oh, it's that little guy. Yeah, the little guy gives you a lot of experience. If you can kill him. Damn it! Especially when they turn white, when they're about to disappear. Give me some ramen. The closest I've had to like ramen is like the cup noodles stuff, which is probably like the least legit ramen that there is. It's something, I guess. It's not, you know, Hakata Tonkatsu. But now I'm got level 3 charge. So, I think there should be. Oh, okay. No, never mind. I didn't know where anyone was. Yeah, see, you can attack fast enough to stun lock him. Unless someone else hits you and attack. These guys are annoying, but they do look really cool. The Swordman. Let's just stun him. Oh. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll give you guys the example. I have a level, right? If I were to heal, if I were to level up, it's gonna bring me back to full health. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold on to that. Because this is the boss fight. I'm gonna hold on to this experience so that if something goes wrong in this fight, I can level up and get all my health back. It's a pretty neat strategy. It's kind of cheap and stupid at the same time, but it's a nifty thing, especially when you don't have anything that can heal you. There's, I think, a chip or two that allows you to heal, and I don't have it yet. Alright. Boss time. There he is. See, there's like depth to these conversations. Alright. Oh, this song just gets me going. Love this song. Here we go. I think I couldn't see it. Games are supposed to be played, not lived. You have to destroy those poor things. He looks so cool! Okay, thanks, Jude. I jumped. All right. There's like a giant thing he does, I think. Ow. Okay. Now I'll show you how this works. Fully healed. Dickhead! Oh, that killed him. Okay. Get out of here! I did not expect my skill tip to take him out.
You win.
S. I don't know what rush attack is, really, to be honest. So much flavor to the text. The wing chip. I'm pretty sure that one's also a really good one. Another stunning one. Dude, it's okay. It's just a long loading time. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I mean, that level is pretty fun. It's a good introductory one. The boss is pretty cool. Not amazing, but good, you know? So he's seeing how hard it was for something he has emotional baggage with, like, to be destroyed. Ah. He's getting everything.
Whew.
So, this is the trailer. Where's Badman? He's sleeping. So, there is Badman Strikes Back, which is his story here, or Travis Strikes Back, which is the motorcycle. Travis Strikes Back is mandatory, like compulsory for the, you know, the game. You don't really need to do Badman Strikes Back, but what we'll do is we'll do all of the Travis ones, and then before the DLC level, we'll do the Badman ones. That's how I did it when I first played the game. But, what's on the computer? So, when you get the ramen, Travis, I guess, talks about them. I've gotten almost every single one. I think there's only, like, one or two that I missed in, like, my first playthrough or two. But yeah, it's like, he talks about it, and then he's like, what? No beer? The ramen's great, but, like, no beer, it sucks. I guess delicious. Same with this one. It's like, ramen was good, but due to the missing beer, minus 10 million. You can also buy shirts. So yeah, I don't know, as an apology for the inconvenience, this will unlock all t-shirts. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't get it. But there are some shirts. See, when I did my first playthrough, I first saw, I'm like, oh my god, Bit Trip Runner, I love Bit Trip. Bought that one. I think I tried the Hollow Knight one just so I could show Jacob, hey, you can wear a Hollow Knight shirt. But what I'm looking for, I think what I ended up wearing was like the Santa Destroy logo, which happens to be the one that Travis wears in the Mii Fighter costume. But I'm looking for something specific. It's not here. Maybe I have to, like, unlock it. Or I could just unlock all shirts and show you guys what I'm talking about, which I might do. Yeah, just also you can get, I guess, base Metaton. Is an Undertale shirt. Like, it's all indie games and stuff, right? But I'm gonna do the unlock all just to show you guys what I'm talking about. So, where is it? Where's, oh, this is where you change. Okay, so the Zelda ones. These give you special, like, powers. I don't know what does what, so we'll start with Wind Waker, I guess. Yeah. Looking good, Travis. So you can also, there's also, the facts. My brain is getting destroyed from video game. But I want to play game. So these are cool. Like, tells you all about the game. It's kind of like, you know, as if it's in a magazine, right? Then this has, like, all this stuff. Master Gita. Which, you get, like, bonus stuff if you do these inputs at these spots in the game, which is a really cool thing. Does it really give you much? I don't remember. It's like apparently hidden characters. It's like a little pixel Sylvia shows up, I think. That one, yeah, Golden Buggero. So you just get a lot of XP, I guess, out of that. Yeah, triple star. So that's another cool thing there. So let's go on the motorcycle and get the death balls. This is where a lot of people kind of just give up with this game because it's a visual novel is what it is. That one chick. She certainly was pretty crazy. And your wish would come true. See, it's like people be like, oh, I'm reading, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, if you're interested in the story, interested in what's going on, interested in No More Heroes, like, if you're into it, you will care. And that's how I felt. Like, I'm like, yeah, I care about what Travis has to say. I'm into it, right? So let's get it started. Now, Travis Strikes Back is where a lot of the overlap between Grasshopper games start to happen. And one of which is the Silver Case, which I'm still playing. I really need to finish all the Kill the Pad stuff, but I think I can do it before 3 comes out. Also, if you guys didn't notice, this is what that little bit in my combo video was based on. It was this format. It was an idea I had, and I'm like, hey, one of my best friends is a fantastic pixel artist, so I got Violet to make this. Make it for me. Oh, not Man-A. And Man-B. See, this guy could be from another Grasshopper game that I don't even know of. Like, I don't know all of it, but I do know a little bit. Where's the balls, boy? And this is where it starts. The 25th Ward, the Silver Case, is a game. So obviously these guys are part of that. I haven't played the 25th Ward yet. Like I said, I'm still doing, the Silver Case. See, I wouldn't know that. Not Nightmare Burger. I guess I'll learn more about that when I play the game about the 25th Ward. Some people have been saying that one of the locations, I don't remember which one, in No More Heroes 3 is the 25th Ward. But I don't know where. It might be the Midori fight. I don't know. I don't know. That kind of sucks. Nice, going to Nightmare Burger. See, it's like, you know, it can feel all boring, whatever, nothing going on, but it's like, it's a fun read. Especially because if you care. A lot of the game journalists that look at this game don't care about the actual content. They're just like, oh, it's a visual novel, okay, I don't know how to read, and gameplay's repetitive, it's bad. They're not doing this game proper justice, and I don't think they give a critical analysis at the pros and cons of this game, to be honest. I do think this game is not for everyone. I think if you don't like visual novel stuff like this, and the gameplay is a bit repetitive, you won't really be into it, and I understand that. If you're a No More Heroes fan, and you're really into, you know, the story and stuff about Travis, then you'll probably end up liking it just for more stuff about Travis. Meat and vegetables. Yeah, can I get a burger? Okay, so this guy. Yes. That one. It's that Kamui. The silver case Kamui. The guy from the supernatural crazy whatever guy. That's him. Now, at the point I'm at in the silver case, they haven't really talked about him in a while, but I'm sure he's gonna come back into the plot again. Because it's like the first bit was like all about him, and then it's kind of like a few other things going on, which probably still have some relation to him. And that's where I'm at right now. So, and it's weird because it's like Kamui in this is just like, you know, he talks like a regular dude, but in Silver Case he's just kind of just like messed up, I guess. Haven't seen him talk in that game yet. Oh yeah, Jean can talk. In No More Heroes 3, she can talk as well, and for some reason, she's got like this like deep manly voice. I'm pretty sure she's voiced by the same voice actor who voices Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, which is strange, but all right. So, yeah, it's really interesting because Kamui is also going to be in No More Heroes 3 as NT Kamui, which stands for New Type, and he does not look like that. I'll tell you that much. He does not look like he looks like a kid. Going to Kansas. Going to the car wash where the video game is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this game takes place, I think, 7 years after the events of No More Heroes 2. And then 3 takes place, I think, like 2 years after this one? I'm not 100% sure. Now we're getting barbecue. Where's the balls? I can become that, dear friend. Well, I guess that makes sense. Cat lovers will kill you. Man, she is feisty. Come on, how can you not like it? If you can solve this crossword puzzle. Like, oh man, I'm holding onto this ball for a friend. Why do you guys want it? You know what? Solve this crossword puzzle in the newspaper. It's the only thing I have left to finish this issue. And then I'll give you the death ball. Those are keys. Oh, she was roommates with you. Okay, calmly. I guess he just knows everything because he's Superman. Okay. Just put in a cheat code and you got it. Look how adorable that looks. Look at him. Okay, so I screamed when I saw this for the first time. I'm like, what? I thought you were dead. And he says the same thing, like in No More Heroes 1. I like how it's like, okay, the Mike movie. Yeah, so he's Bishop's younger brother. Bishop's name has kind of messed around throughout the years. Originally, I think it was like Bishop Shidux, and now it's Georgi. Nah. But I like how even his younger brother likes Takashi Miike, because the friend who gives Shinobu the Rose Nasty to give to Travis was voiced by Mike. So, I like that touch. And the writing in this game, it's so good! Why do people hate it? What the heck, man? So he took over Beefhead. It's a video game shop. You can actually go to Beefhead in No More Heroes 3. There's multiple gameplay footage that shows it's interactable, so I guess we'll be able to see younger brother Bishop in that game when it comes out on August 27th. Yeah, I see. Deadpool. I'm pretty sure that's not correct. Considering No More Heroes 1 and Deadpool, I don't know. Travis knows that the controller's in my hands. He's done that since the first game. He's like, you know, with the Wii Remote, I'll press the A button. Let the bloodshed begin. Now don't get yourself killed. So, I'm pretty sure that's... No? Okay, there's a bit more. And that was chapter 1 of Travis Strikes Back. So we got a death ball. A ball death video game. And we're gonna go through that one and beat it. And beat the boss. And beat it up. I'm gonna beat it. We'll be back at the trailer. I think it's kind of cool that it's like he's at this trailer park now. Batman with his Batman. So I'm gonna have to start testing these Zelda shirts because I think Wind Waker gives you like a spin attack. I think. Let's take a look at the archive. So the game is called Life is Destroy. There's Doppelganger. So yeah, you recover HP with this. You get the Buggero. So okay, yeah, this is the input here, yeah. So it's no big deal if you don't do it. What I did is I took screenshots of those things, and then I would like constantly cross-reference. I'm not gonna do that this time. It's no big deal. This song's a banger. Like, this is just a sick-ass beat. Just for game select. Like, how awesome is that?
It's game time.
Oh, that's right. It's game time. I just, like, oh my god. So, Life is Destroy. This one's neat. There's an issue or two I kind of have with it, but overall, it's neat. But the game journalists will be all like, oh, repetitive. And yeah, the game overall does kind of get a little bit repetitive in its gameplay. But still. This is the best intro.
Die! 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 Oh, fuck! Why do you live? The hours of famine. They're after Satan. Why aren't you dead? So, you like games? Let's play a game of death. Guilty. 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 Choose. Choose.
That was amazing. That's the best intro out of all the games. That was so funny. So this one is a bit more akin to that of a puzzle game. But still has, like, you know, the fighting in it. But you'll see. You'll see. Look at this nice and perhaps perfect world. What? Alright. Case 1. I think there's 10 cases. Let's go. Yes, it's a puzzle. See? Open up. Not the corkscrew. I actually soft locked in Life is Destroy once. Okay, yeah, wait, I think this is what it is. Here, check it out. Is that what it is? That's lame. Hold on. It's, okay, hold on, let's try it out. Whoa! Jesus, dude! He's still go- That was sick! What the hell? And that's because I'm wearing this shirt. Awesome. I guess she was in that chair. Dude, that was awesome! What the hell? You literally, you charge it up. You just obliterate everything in your path. That's ridiculous. And it takes like no battery power. It just takes a bit of time of charging. Like, is this the one that breaks the game? Because it certainly feels like it. Oh, did I just super armor? No way. That is actually broken. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, so the way that I softlocked once is that I actually fought the mini-boss. Or it was either the mini-boss or it was like a room like that. I walk in, it shows that slow-mo thing where like, you're done killing enemies. And then nothing happened. There was nothing in the room. This door was closed. So I was just stuck. Like, it was messed up. Whack. Case 2. See, I like puzzle games. When I was younger, I used to go on notdoppler.com all the time, play the new games. They were up every Thursday. I think that website's still around. We used to play games. But, yeah, like, I would play it all the time. I'd love puzzle games on there. I was not an impossible quiz guy for a specific reason at the time. When I was younger, I remember seeing, it was like question like 49 or 50 or something, and it's like, what is this? And it shows Sonic getting his nose cut off. It was from this old like Newgrounds animation or something. And that freaked me out, because I was a huge Sonic fan at the time. I'm like, no, what the hell? And I thought it was cutting his eye off. So from there forward, I kind of just like was like, okay, impossible quiz, nah. It's still a neat thing though, like, you know. Would I play it now? No, but it's still like neat. I need to charge. But yeah. So there was a game called Shift. I loved that. You can tell Doppelganger, he's like... You can tell Doppelganger kind of had, I guess, a few better intentions with that one. Okay, so we'll do that. This is the heals chip. I guess I'll level up.
Sweet.
What's that? I'm gonna wipe this entire room? Okay, yeah, no. You do need to find the time to charge. Obliterate everything. This is insane. There's a lot of that in general, from what I've found. And game. Ew. Spinny man. Who is this? Oh, I hate these guys. I wonder if my super spin can break their guard. Aha! There we go. I don't know how you're supposed to break their guards. Excuse me. Oh, but that broke the guard. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot you can toilet in every house. What house doesn't have a toilet? You know, in No More Heroes 3, you can see a little bit of Travis's ass when he takes a dump. As he's pulling his pants down. That's right. Next. Case 3. So yeah, like, I like the puzzle games. They're fun. Like I said, there was that game called Shift. Loved that game. And stuff like that. I was really into it. Case 3. Gotta make it home. Here we go. Oh, jeez. I should use my super duper. Damn it. Okay, I think that's it. I thought that was a bugger with a lamppost. Charging is pretty quick in this game, which is nice. Alright. What the guy do next? Oh, okay. Let's go. That's so broken. It's kind of weird how some food gets better from aging, you know? Isn't that a weird thing? Oh no, I'm scared of those guys, so I'm just gonna use my instant kill move. Fuck you. Let me take a dump. All right, money out the toilet. Let's go. All right. Case 4? I think it's 4. Yeah. Is this where the stupid thing starts? There's a stupid thing that happens in this level, in Life is Destroyed. I don't know if it happens now, though. It might, maybe. Pretty sure that's a stone. Nope, it's just a coin. An LB coin. Shit. I guess that works, so I can get the box. I don't even need the money. Yay! Looks like nothing over there. Alright. The next house. Some of the puzzles in this level do really get annoying. I will say. Give me your best ramen.
Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
Gojiso-san.
Travis will be like, yeah, it tastes amazing, but I didn't have any beer, so I don't want to get it. What's on TV? I'm not that much of like a typical party guy, you know? Like people are like, yeah, party, whatever. Like that, like the stereotypical party, not my thing. It really, nah. My kind of party is having a bunch of friends over and we're playing a bunch of video games. And we order pizza and we have, you know, Coke, Pepsi, stuff. Like, that's my kind of party. Oh god. My controller's rumbling. You son of a bitch! I just evaporate the room. Get out of here. Let me get my digitoilet. Yeah, so I can take a digital dump. I cannot believe this spin attack. I might just run with the spin attack. Because it's actually broken. But see, the thing is, if you mess it up, you'll get, like, that really slow swing. But if you get the full charge, man, you're just evaporating the entire wave of enemies. 100%. They're just gone. So this might be where the stupid thing starts. There's a thing that I believe is stupid. Is that a skill chip? I need that. I don't even know what one it is. Yep. The head. I hate that thing. It's an instant kill. Yeah, it's very, like, this is when the puzzle starts to get less fun, because now there's the stress of, oh, Mr. Killman is gonna show up. Oh. And it's just, See, there it wasn't so bad, but later on it gets real annoying. Okay, so it was that mini boss where I soft blocked. I hope it does not happen again. Why did he kill them? Just felt like it that time? No! That's it. I've activated my super move. What's in here? This is where, I'm pretty sure this is where you do one of the codes, but I don't remember what the code was. You know what? I might still have, actually whatever, never mind. Whatever, who cares? It's about the same, I still have the screenshot, but it's like I'd have to do some searching for a while. Mr. Spin. Okay, mini boss time. Looks like the sheep man of Gorineth. One day it'll get terrifying. Broken. Whoops. No, I did not mean to press that. But it's okay. This is literally broken. Just put the spin cycle on him and that's it. That was zero effort. I really cannot believe it's that easy. As long as you just have the Wind Waker shirt. Jeez, man. That's ridiculous. Know what this shit is? Fucking ridiculous. Alright. Case 6. I'm pretty sure this is where the instant kill headman starts to get like really annoying. Like here onward. He like shows up partway through the level, I think. And there he is, Mr. Man. I need the stone. Even though I really don't, but I really do. Please don't hurt me. The box, I do not need the box. Do I need that stone? God. I cannot think fast enough with this. That's the problem. It's like, yeah, think fast, buddy. Mr. Instant Kill's coming. Whatever. I remember, like, multiple times I've played through this one and did not get that stone just because it's like, screw it. Too much whack into that stupid card. Just get me in the house. Who's next? These guys are quite annoying. Because they just drill right on. Ouch. Oh, got him on the way down. Nice. Yeah, they'll drill down and then get right on your location. No, I want Superman. Hold on. Oh, yeah! Get out of here. This is amazing. I cannot believe... And all you need... It doesn't tell you about it, but it's like a really cool bonus thing, but it's like actually busted. Oh, well, there he goes. Oh, what was that? An extra life? I did not know about that. That's actually pretty cool. Never seen that before. Get out of here. But yeah, the Zelda shirt extras are really awesome. I don't know if I even want to try the other ones just because this one is that broken. Like, wow. I'm pretty sure I've seen video of that spin attack before, but I'm pretty sure it's just, I thought it was a skill chip at the time. But nah, man. It's the power of your clothing. Alright, next. Case 7. What? You see what I mean? It's like this stupid guy ruining everything. So essentially, because I didn't think fast enough, I just instantly died. And I got stuck. See what I mean? Stupid as hell. Like, that kind of just ruins the level, in my opinion. The puzzle aspect is cool, but the fact that you have this fucking guy chasing you... So now I gotta wait for him to come over here. And there you go. Case 7. Oh, this dude's in here, I bet. No! Alright, ready to get more lives from those boxes? Okay. I pressed the win button. I'm gonna press it again. That's right, I'm a winner. Alright. Oh, this is where I was. Fuck. Damn it, I'm releasing too early. Delete them all. I need Rhino. I'm really confused as to how Bug-Jiro is coming back in No More Heroes 3. Like, he's like a digital program bug. How the heck is he in the real world? I don't know. And he's selling sushi? Man, it's weird that people like indie game is like its own category, you know? Like, a game is a game, right? Whether it was made by a major developer or not, you know? Some games that people call indie games are probably much better than, like, super major development games. So why is there a separation? Do you play a game and say this is an indie game, like it feels like an indie game? You know? No, you don't. You could probably give someone who knows nothing about independent developers and major developers, give them a bunch of games, and they probably would just be like, yeah, this game was cool, that game was cool. They wouldn't make a separation based on, oh, this one feels like it was independent. But I guess having indie as a category kind of just helps funnel all the independent stuff, because they're independent, so they're not going to be backed by a major developer, and they're not going to have all the big, crazy advertising and all that, whatever, that a major one's going to have. So I guess that's just a matter of exposure, perhaps. I don't know. What I do know is that this game promotes indie games. And Unreal Engine. God. Oh, okay. Oh, the head. I think the house is, yeah, it's right there. Shit. Alright, fight time. No more fight. And there's nothing here. Oh, great. Unless I just grabbed something I didn't notice. What's the point of like half of the map here? What's the point of that? What kind of level design is this one? Okay. I think I know what I need to do here. Fuck. Well, gotta waste my time with this stupid head now. Just because I took too long thinking in the puzzle game. I think this is it. I think this is the one. If it doesn't work, I might just get, like, stuck and trapped and instantly die. Nope. We're good. We are good. I have done it. I have solved the puzzle. But he was Mr. Corkscrew. The thing is like a super move in and of itself. With how many hits it makes, it gets you free charge too. It's broken. Must be good drugs then. Bring it. This attack is gonna help so much in like the last level. I can. Oh fuck me! I almost had that when it was white. What? But he's still alive. Oh my god. It's like you don't even need to level up when you have this spin attack. I can't believe there's an optimal t-shirt to wear in this game. And that's a pretty cool looking t-shirt too. It would be insane if you had something like that in 3, but I wouldn't expect it. Where are we? Case 9? Means we'd be almost done. With Life is Destroy. Okay, no wait, this is the last one, I think. Where you just walk to him. And it's all, like, evening. Alright. One thing that's neat about 3 is that there's lots of save points everywhere, but you gotta unclog those toilets before being able to use them, which I think is pretty cool. Alright. Here he is. Here he is. The corkscrews. What is going on there? Doppelganger, is your coat alright? What? Assassin versus serial killer. Okay. This is Jacket again. Doppelganger 2. And now there is 2 of him. So I think it's the one that's dabbing. Look at him go. So yeah, it's the one that's dabbing, I guess.
It's clobbering time.
That really just made the fight look like nothing. Because that's actually a pretty good fight. I do like this fight, but I kind of just deleted his existence. That was double S rank. You know what? I think that was a little too broken. I think I'm going to change to a different Zelda shirt, because that was just too much. Maybe for a later level I'll bring it back, but that was just pitiful. There's a point where, like, there's multiples of them and stuff, and, like, they kind of fight each other a little bit, like the Abyss Watchers. It was sick. He's still at large in the real world. Now here's the thing. There's an area in No More Heroes 3 called Perfect World, and it looks a lot like the setting of Life is Destroyed. This, like, urban, American, old school kind of housing. And there's, like we've seen in the trailers, and there's a cul-de-sac in there. And where you fight Doppelganger himself is a cul-de-sac. So we could see Doppelganger in No More Heroes 3, and I hope we do. Because that would just create another link to this game, and it would be amazing. And all the people who skip out on this game or couldn't take this game are like, oh, who's this guy? If you played this game, you would know. So I really hope that he does show up in 3. F91. So, let's see what Mr. Touchdown has to say about that one. After, like, a few years of loading, of course. Like, I wonder if the loading time is a lot less on the PC port. But the thing is, there are no... I don't think there are Zelda shirts in that or the PS4 port, so... Alright. Dumperoo. And then we'll change shirts, because this one has too much power. Too much power in this t-shirt. Okay. And then there's Wind Waker HD, Zelda 2, Majora's Mask, and Majora's Mask 3D. Well, I assume this is also going to give you a spin attack, so let's try Zelda 2. See how that goes. I'm going to assume it's going to let me shoot a little laser, but we'll see. Let's read the facts from K. Gene. Yeah, I don't remember what Gene... You can, like, find Gene in them, in the games. I don't know where she is in them. I never looked for her myself, but I don't know if you get anything from them, from finding her or anything. I'm not sure. No beer. He just, all he wants is a beer. That's all Travis wants, is drinking beer. Like, Badman's got, like, a beer belt. Why not ask some from him? A video game, Badman. Alright. Time to get another ball. Number 2. Magic Tiger the Mound. They're also bringing back these visual novel bits into No More Heroes 3. Supposedly, they take place between this game and 3, apparently. Those are the rules. See, this is amazing. It's self-aware. It knows that people are going to buy this game expecting the exact same experience as 1 or 2, and they're going to be upset. They don't want text. And worried about our meta score? Like, clearly, they don't care. The big ol' 3. That's amazing. Coffee and donuts. Oh, it's the fanboy, man. Pay-per-view. 3 million to watch Travis fight people. So I'm gonna assume this is regarding the No More Heroes 2 Assassin's fight. Imagine paying $10 million to watch a shit bag of a fight that is Jasper. Oh man. Nigel McAllister. Well, I guess he's lucky. Like, I think if you really did want to create a bit more of a balance, you could have, you know, like, that one was a lot shorter than the first one. But like I said, it's a very niche thing. If you're really into the story and you're really into Travis in the series, then you won't mind the text. But for a casual player, I don't know if I could really recommend this game, to be honest. I just don't know. That being said, coffee and donuts, I guess they go together. I'm not a coffee guy at all. I've tried it multiple times, different versions. It's not for me. I love the smell. I love the smell of coffee. It smells amazing, but I'm just not a fan of drinking it. It just ain't for me. I've tried, you know, like my mom let me try hers once. It had like a bunch of creams in it. I tried it. Oh, I guess it was alright, but it's like, at what point is it not even coffee anymore? I've tried black coffee. Horrible. One of my exes, she drinks black iced coffee. What? I tried it. I'm like, how the hell do you drink this? How the hell do you do it? Donuts are great. In moderation. Ooh, let's kick some ass. They're great in moderation, of course. You don't want to have too many donuts. But yeah. A coworker of mine said he had way too many Krispy Kremes one time and gained a lot of weight with it. But since then, he's worked his way back down to the ideal spot, so good for him. Explosion. I love the late 90s graphics kind of esque thing here, like a PS1 or PS2. No, don't do it. No. This song is sick, by the way. Yes, my son. I am now a big robot. Oh, there he goes. I forgot to change shirts. No, wait, no I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid idiot. So that was a pretty cool intro. I do like that all the games have a completely different personality to them, which is awesome. Coffee and donuts. This one is cool, but it drags, and it's really easy to get lost. You know what? I'm going to pull out the pen and paper for this. Just so that I don't get lost and waste all this time. It's within my best interest. Okay. This song. Okay, I didn't mind getting lost in this level just because of this song. This song is so chill and it's amazing, man. This game also has co-op, and I played it once. I had one of my brothers over, and we tried it. It's kind of neat. But he wasn't really into the game. So that's okay. Brian Buster Jr., which is a reference to a brain buster, a wrestling move. Okay. Just so I do not get lost, I'm writing down every room I go into. Death and drive. Hey, boys. Oh, no! He fell asleep. The man can only survive with coffee and donuts. I'm pretty sure there's a save over here. 106! Stone.
Nice.
Nice! So yeah, that's a save. I honestly don't know what's faster between like mashing roll or running. Catherine. Coffee goes best with Catherine's a really nice name. I like that name. I need to play that game, Catherine. I've seen a playthrough of it, and I was digging it. And I know they made Catherine full body, but the thing is with Catherine is that it's an Atlas game, and Atlas is Atlas. It's annoying, stressful, and unfortunate that Atlas is the way they are. That's just how it be. Is this there's like two different like level styles, okay. I'm writing these all down to save my own time. The level and setting is sick, by the way, just saying. Okay, so what, I don't think this shirt gives me any powers. Like, I'm at full health. Yeah, I am no longer at full health. Is that what it is? That stunned him. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're good. That was the garage door. It is very loud and annoying, but... Okay, so you know what? That's actually pretty good. It's also busted. Maybe not the same way, but... We'll see how it fares on the boss fight. Ah! So it's the jumping heavy that stuns. Who's new? I don't remember. Never mind. Sorry, what was that? Coffee. Alright. But we also need donuts to go with that coffee so the old man can come back to life, I guess. Because if someone's on their deathbed, just give them coffee and donuts and they'll wake up. So, I think we'll be able to go to the one over here. "103. This is probably going to be forest. At least I would assume so. Nope. Oh no, not the Spielbug. I don't remember what that guy does. But he's been stunned. Okay. Bring it. Oh, get out of here. You know what? This would probably be really useful against them in a group. No! No! Oh. DOA, motherfucker. You like that? For the DLC level, by the way, I am certainly going to use that Wind Waker shirt for how hard that level is. No exception for that level. That level's actually really hard. Platforming in this is so much better than the Shinobu platforming. It's a lot more fluid and comprehensive. The spinny button. No! The natural gamer instinct is to always go left and see if there are any secrets. What is happening to my audio? Is audio cutting out for you guys at all? Kind of occasionally does that for my monitoring. No, aww. All right, what you got? See, these dudes get more annoying when it's like harder enemies that show up. Right now it's just like, okay, I'm just kind of one-shotting everybody. I probably have a level or two. Okay, there we go. Bitchin'. What, It's kind of cool. The destruction. Yeah, I'm good with what I got right now. Something like this is essentially what I had when I, did my first playthrough. I think there's another one you can get from Life is Destroyer or something that makes one part of the DLC level a lot easier. But I'm not sure if that's from Life is Destroyer or not. Like I said, everybody, when you're on your deathbed, coffee and donuts will bring in your last words. Alright, buddy. What do you have to tell me? Oh, coffee and donuts. My favorite. Until I get my revenge, I can go eat at Tim Hortons. The US has Tim Hortons, right? Like, that's a thing that they have now. It's not just here, right? I think I've seen some American people on Twitter being like, wow, Timmy's is way better than everything else. I think in the advertisements for Tim Hortons, they're calling it Tim's, which I think is dumb. Me and a lot of people I know just call it Timmy's. But I mean, whatever. Tim Hortons. Oh no, he's sleeping on the stairs. Let me see if there's anything else on the bottom floor here. Okay, so we're gonna go upstairs. Okay. 201. Siphon brood or get the fuck out. I'm willing to bet that if you had like the most pure way of making coffee, like someone really like hand did it, whatever, got their own beans and stuff like that, it would probably be really good, even to non-coffee drinkers. It's like the processed, you know, whatever stuff you get at any store is probably not as good. I'm willing to bet. What do we got? Oh no, it's the shooter man. It's kind of cool. He's got like hands coming out that like flow like their tentacles. Whoa, what was that? Strange. No, get the hell out of here! That's right. I get zapped. Bring me up. Nope. Whoa. Oh, it's this. I got one. I think you can actually shoot those guys. Like, take them out with something. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Nope. Never mind. Ow. I hate these guys. Slow down a little. No, I wanted the super. Dickhead. What? I missed. Oh, now I'm healthy. Oh boy. I pressed the wrong button, but it worked out. What you got? Alright. Give me the coffee. Alrighty. Making good pace. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of where you've been and where you can go, which is why I'm writing all this down. Because I didn't on my first 2 playthroughs and it got real confusing. Cheesecake's amazing, but I never really have it anymore. I like to eat, I guess, healthier in general, I guess. I just get too shook, like, oh, I don't want to have, you know, fat food. Just something, you know, either nothing or just like something good, I guess. I don't know. Since I started working at my job, I've been losing weight, which is quite nice. Where are we going? Still desert. One of these is just like a mini boss. It might be this one, to be honest. Nope. Damn it, you gave me level 2. Fuck you. Oh! Oh! I was literally walking on air. Oh, okay, I thought there was the bouncy ones. There are bouncy donuts in this. Oh, man. Damn, Buffer, what is this? Smash Ultimate? I think there's actually something down here when this goes down. When is it going down, or do I go underneath? I don't know what's down here, but it's gotta be something. Ooh, this does not look fun. Oh my god! Everyone's confused. That was concerning. Oh, almost have enough XP. This better give me something awesome. What? That doesn't make sense. There's nothing... Did I miss it? What? Where's my coffee and donuts? I didn't know you go lower out, you miss it. What the heck, man? Now I gotta go back. And I'll probably realize there really was nothing there the whole time. God damn. Damn it. Okay, we're going up this time. Get out of here, punk. Cause there was that arrow down, but would that just bring me to where I was before? Like, yeah, so you can literally miss the donut. That's stupid. Yeah, sure I am. What's going on? Get out of here. Give me a donut. Okay, so, yeah, that's so strange. That you can just straight up miss the donut. Hey, Asuka. I'm pretty good. This is not my first time at the game. This is actually my third run. But it's part of a big, I guess, series of streams where I'm going through the entire series leading up to the release of 3. But I didn't know about the Zelda shirt thing until recently. Someone told me in the Discord. But yeah, for this level, I'm writing down all the rooms that I've been in, just so I don't get lost. Because it might have been you. But when I first played this level, like, I got so lost. I'm like, have I been in this room before or not? I had no idea. A tutorial for the shirts? Because if so, that'd be appreciated. Because I'm just kind of figuring them out as I go. Like, I tried the Wind Waker one, realized it was the most broken thing ever. Oh, for coffee donuts. Well, I mean, the fact that I'm writing down the rooms that I'm in, I think I'm good. So, I don't think you need to send me a guide to it. But to be honest, I'm actually interested in seeing it, so send it anyway. But I think I'll be able to manage this level just from writing down what rooms I've been in. Because that's the only thing that really confused me, is I didn't know what rooms I had been in and what I hadn't. So, as long as I know what's available and what isn't, then I think I'm good. Because that was the issue. It's like I wasn't sure what doors were open, what was closed, forest, desert, what was going on. Oh, there it is. So yeah, that's just, I guess, just like the list of where to go. But, yeah. But I think I'm just going to keep going with the way that I will. Because the thing with walkthroughs, when I was younger, I used to like play a lot of games with walkthroughs. Like when a new Pokemon game would come out back in the day, I would get the strategy guide and then just play the game based on that. Yeah, fair enough. That seems like a really good like little guide for speedruns. I've considered speedrunning No More Heroes before. Like, cause I watched Adrian's runs of 1, and it was the coolest thing ever. I'm watching it like, whoa, what are all these techniques he's doing? What the heck? But, wait, I was on 3rd floor. But, and then I watched, like, your runs of, 2, like, the bosses, the death matches. I'm just like, oh my god, he's making the game look like it's nothing. Yeah. But from, like, watching all the speedrun stuff so much, I really learned a lot about advanced techniques for these games. So, I figured out, a lot of different stuff that, like, I could do. Which I've been, I guess, showcasing throughout these playthroughs. But TSA, I don't really see speedruns of this game as much. Only because, I don't know, I guess it's a bit more of a niche game. That's kind of interesting to consider, because some of the bosses in 2 can be kind of struggling, like, can kind of give a struggle, but with 1, the way the progression goes in that game, as long as you're training and getting all the katanas, the bosses kind of ramp up, you know, at a lot better of a pace. Yeah, and I guess New Game Plus probably makes it a lot easier, because then you just vaporize bosses. Like, I think, like, 2 kind of has a bit of a harder experience, I guess, casually going through it. Whereas with 1, I feel like the progression of that game is a bit better tailored to the bosses. Like, except for Shinobu, she's the only exception. She's overly hard where she is in the game. But, like, you kind of ramp up quite nicely aside from her, I think, in terms of difficulty. Yeah, because in 2, it's like, I remember my first time playing 2, Matt Helms was so annoyingly hard. But when I played it on stream, yeah, and then right after Matt Helms, you have Chloe, who's basically like the Dark Souls pinwheel of the series. Just doesn't have any health, and you just kill her in like 6 hits. But yeah, when I played against Matt Helms on stream, I obliterated him. It was ridiculous. Just because I abused just the techniques. The running slash, parries, dark step. I guess, yeah, because it's like that fight. After watching the Heroes Paradise version of that fight, I've concluded that that boss is a player versus environment boss. Because when you fight him, did I write 401? I didn't write 401. When he has super armor on Bitter. Oh my god. I did not know that. I've never played on Bitter. I don't know if I will subject myself to that. Maybe. But, is there anything in here? I don't remember what the code is. The secret code. It might be in this room. But, yeah. You're kind of having to deal with, like, fighting against Matt Helms with all this stuff in the way. But on Heroes Paradise, there's nothing in the way, so you just kind of just kick his ass, and that's it. Yeah, I guess yeah, like, when it comes to speedruns and running stuff, none of it's really as bad when you know what to do. And I kind of felt that way when I fought Jasper on stream. Because when I first fought Jasper, it was extremely hard, brutal, oh my god, it's bullshit. But once I did my, you know, run on the stream, I knew what I was doing, and I knew what to expect, so it wasn't as bad, and I was able to beat him first try, which I was really proud of. Because it's like, throughout the entire run of 2, I was practicing parries and dark steps and all the advanced stuff, so I could be as prepared as possible in fighting him. I think Jasper is extremely hard when it's like, you don't have... Yeah, he's not necessarily easy. I do think he's as bad when you know what you're doing, but I think a lot of players casually aren't going to know about all the parries and dark steps and how broken the running slash is, so I feel like that's where the kind of this is impossible thing comes from. And also them not knowing that you pretty much can't go to the latter half of the room or else you just go out the window and die instantly. Which is ridiculous, but yeah. Do I still feel it's the worst boss in the series? Personally, yes. But, you know, I have a better understanding of it. And I can bet that he's probably a lot of fun when you have a really strong grasp of what to do. Like, I could assume you probably have a fun time fighting him because you know what you're doing, you're really good at all the techniques and stuff, and you know exactly how to fight him. Really? I've never fought Henry on Bitter, but like Henry in general is my favorite boss of the whole series. That's just, that fight, I don't know if you've ever played Dark Souls, but that fight is like, it reminded me of Artorias, like the kind of Artorias fight from Dark Souls 1. I guess that makes sense, yeah, because, like, Bitter adds more health to everybody, so he's probably going to take, like, 5 years. And if you get hit by the instant kill, then you lose all of that progress. That's quite long, especially considering a speedrun. Jeez, man. See, this is... my strategy here of writing stuff down has helped me so much. So I know where I haven't been. That is true. It's not a fight that really changes at all. It's just you're fighting him and that's it. Still in the desert. Is this the one with the mini boss? I don't think it is. Yeah, like he's a fight. Okay, it is the boss. Jasper is a fight that does change and evolve, and I think it would be cool if the Henry fight from 3 does do that, but I wouldn't mind if it was just a mano-a-mano, one-on-one, this is what you get, you know? But not to say that multiple phases aren't cool, they can be really cool. In fact, I would love to see Destroy Man MPDT turn into Final Destroy Man. I'd love that so much, but it's probably not happening. But you never know. You never know. I would love that as a surprise. Dickhead! I didn't mean to heal there, but that's okay. Slow down, buddy. Yeah, multiple phases are cool, but if it is overly long, it's annoying. But I love, like, in a game like Dark Souls 3 where they play around with that, where you fight Sister Frida, you beat the 2 phases, and then it makes you think the fight's over, and then she wakes up and there's a 3rd phase. It's the craziest thing, man. That fight was great. But yeah, I do have high hopes for the bosses in 3. Oh, man. The hype for that game, like, I can't contain it. I can't wait. Like, I bought this shelf recently. It's going to go up right there. I can't wait to display a lot of the No More Heroes stuff and start putting my posters up and stuff like that. My Bloodberry still hasn't come in yet, but last I talked to the guy, he said he was almost done, but the weather in his area was kind of preventing him from being able to finish it because he has to do all these coats and stuff on like outside. Like niche mechanics from 1 or from 2. Also, I didn't actually watch the Gold Joe fight. I only saw like a fraction of it because I wanted to still have some surprise. But I do know the general gimmick of this fight with the magnetism. Yeah, it's just like, you can kind of sum up fighting 2 with just, you run, running slash. Yeah, Shinobu's just a complete... It's a great idea, but bad execution. And I think No More Heroes 2 has a lot of that, you know? A lot of like, wow, that's a good idea, but they messed it up real good. Yeah, I really like Alice. Alice might be my favorite from the game. Based on that recent playthrough I did, I liked Alice the most. Margaret's really good too. Skelter's alright. Jasper, I personally hate him, but Ryuji to me, and this is another, I guess, reference to Dark Souls. Ryuji reminds me of the Nameless King, where you kind of have like a first phase and then a pretty cool second phase. But with Ryuji, the second or the first phase is just trash. Nathan is. It's okay. I kind of like some aspects about it, how crazy it is, but I really just... It's a mess. Chloe, unfortunately, has no help. Matt is stupid. Blah. Okay, I think I'm... Isn't, like, his deathmatch, you just kind of shove him into that back room and then wail on him? That's what I did. Like, when I fought him on stream, I was able to get him in that back room, and I just kept hitting him over and over, and then he died. Like, pretty much not being in that main room at all is kind of like the idea. Yeah, that side room is like a blessing in that fight. For real. Oh no, I've been in 306. Damn it, I'm starting to get lost. Yeah, like the spam that he does is ridiculous. This is New Game. It's not New Game Plus. I guess I could have done New Game Plus, but I just decided not to. Okay, now I'm kind of lost right now. Okay, I gotta go to 302. Thank you for posting that. It's helping me out. See, I remember when I first played, like, I thought to myself, I was like, why would I ever want to play as Badman, you know? Like, what? Even though Badman's cool, I like him a lot. It's just like, I want to play as Travis, you know? So then it's like, it also is kind of sus with this game how they force you to play as Travis and CIA. So if you were playing Badman the entire game, you're just screwed. You're just like, okay, now you have a level 1 Travis, good luck. Yeah, like it does. Like I said, once you get the CIA, you're screwed if you decide to run with Badman. Yeah, CIA is annoying, but I guess I haven't played this game since like December, January. It's soft locks. I've never heard of a CIA soft lock. I soft lock in Life is Destroy once, but that's the only soft lock I've had in this game. And it was the strangest soft lock ever. But yeah, CIA, I'll get a better idea as to what's going on once I play it in this run. Because like I said, it's just been a while. Oh yeah, this guy's annoying as hell, I think. Is this the guy that shoots? Yeah, I do not like that guy. Just when he just shoots you and does like half your health, it's like, oh great. You know, on top of 50 people being there, like it gets brutal in Killer Marathon. I think I have enough to level up. Hell yeah. Moe. No! Okay, that works. Yeah, that's a good idea to kind of always save the resource. No, I always react too late to that. I think I saw someone in the Discord saying they didn't like the controls of these, oh shit. The controls of the the donuts, but honestly, all you have to do is just hold jump and you'll bounce high. Like, you don't have to time it, just hold it. Oh no! I'm an idiot. See, that was not the donut's fault, that was me being dumb. Trying to be Mr. Fast. Oh, I hate bug gates. Yeah, I think I figured out about holding it in my first playthrough, so I was fortunate for that. Bug gates get so annoying in this game sometimes, man. Strawberry donut. Yeah, exactly. Like I figure the donuts get annoying if you don't know that you can just hold the button. Out of sheer happiness, he will wake up. Let's wake him up. I don't remember what floor he's on, but we're gonna find out. There they are. The Brian Buster brothers. Oh, the bugs. Alright, so this one wants to eat bugs instead of donuts. Power to you, I guess. Well, let's go find coffee and donuts. So the next one, not 402. Honestly, the pace of this level is way faster than when I first played it, and played it for the second time too. Cause I've done 2 runs of this game before. And both times it was just annoying. Get out of here. Yeah, like once you know where you're going and you don't get lost, it's a lot better. Yeah, like I said, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but I don't know if you saw in the recent gameplay thing where Suda was playing the game a bunch, but you can actually recharge while walking, which is sick. Yeah, I did. I think I mentioned. I did consider speedrunning, but I don't know if I will. I've considered speedrunning 1 because, like I said, I watched Adrian's playthrough, like his speedruns, and I'm just like, whoa, this looks sick. It looks like a lot of fun, but like I've never speedrun something before, and it does seem like it would take a lot of time and effort. But at the same time, honestly, I've seen, you know, I've watched a bunch of speedruns of other games, and I've seen friends do it, and it seems like something you really like build up, you know? Like, the way I look at it, it's like learning a song. Like, when I learn a song, I go piece by piece. So it's like, I'll learn the intro, then the first verse, then, you know. Yeah, No More Heroes might not be a case of, what the fuck is going on? What was that? I jumped right in that guy's mouth. Yeah, especially that. When you have New Game Plus, it's not like you have to grind for money or anything. Like, you just go straight to the next level. So, that is a good point. So yeah, I might do it sometime. I still have a little bit of interest. You know, when it comes to, like, learning a game or learning a song, it's gotta be the kind of game or song that you know you can play a million times and still love. And I think, for me, obviously, No More Heroes is that. Yeah. So it's like, when I learn a song, I choose a song that I know I'm gonna, like, love forever, because I'll be playing it a million times. As a little hint to something, and I did mention this in the Discord once very cryptically, there is something dropping this month. Ooh, skill chip. I don't know what one that is. Yeah, like, playing No More Heroes on a speedrun isn't very different than playing it, like, normally. But there are some games that are, like, like, a completely different game. What did I get? Oh, it's a Badman beer boy. But yeah, I will say there is a cover of mine that is going to be releasing sometime this month that you may find some interest in. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, Ocarina of Time is like one of the most notorious speedruns for just like having wacky, crazy, insane strategies, wrong warp, this and that. But I guess there's like glitchless categories, right? Like a buddy of mine was speedrunning Dark Souls 3 and he was doing glitchless, so he wasn't doing, you know, the crazy wacky skips or any of that. Like he was just straight up playing the game. Using like, you know, I guess min-maxing strategies, the twin blades. Yeah, most people are like, you know, speed is everything, so they'll do the crazy glitch categories. But it is kind of cool that in, you know, the No More Heroes series, there isn't really many, or if any, glitches to really take advantage of. I hate this guy. I hate this stupid drill fucker. Die. Piss off. Yeah, exactly. But I will say, like, whoops. All the glitch stuff for games, like speedrunning games, do seem very daunting, because it's like, okay, here's the game you know. Now learn it in a completely different way. I forgot to go all the way around. Whatever, no big deal. Yeah. But yeah, I still have some interest in perhaps learning the run. I know I think Adrian's made a guide on 1. I'd probably be running 1. And then maybe from there, if I want to try the other ones, I'll try the other ones. Yeah, it's only like, what, an hour or so is the speedrun length? An hour-ish? I know that the 100% speedrun of 1 is like 8 or 9 hours. Because you gotta go through every single thing, New Game Plus. Okay, 1:15, yeah. That's pretty good, That's a pretty good length. But I could say for sure, Shinobu would probably still be a struggle for me. Even when I knew what I was doing, she was tough. However, in New Game Plus, I remember I was doing a New Game Plus and I fought Shinobu, and she was actually not that bad at all, just because you do a lot of damage. So it's like you get one punish on her and she's nearly dead. So, no, I did not play her with motion controls. I did controller. I did that with controller. I mean, when I played the very first game, I played, you know... Oh, whoa, okay. I played with the motion controls, obviously, because it was on the Wii. I never actually played the second game when it was new, or this game. I played, you know, the first game on Switch, because it came out, and then I played the second game for the first time on Switch with a controller, and then this. Oh, sorry. I played 1, 2, and Travis Strikes Again with the controller. When I played 1, it's all good. When I played 1 for the very first time, it was on the Wii back in the day, and I never actually finished it. I don't remember how far I got. It might have been right after Destroy Man, where I was playing the game, and for some reason I got stuck and didn't know what to do and gave up. Which I don't know how, because that's a really straightforward game where you know exactly what to do. So, I don't know how that happened. I was a young kid. And then 2 came out, and I'm like, oh, neat, a second game, but I never played it. So, and then, Travis Strikes Again came out, and I thought that was neat. And then it was only, you know, 2019, 2020 is when I really started to get crazy about No More Heroes. And then the ports dropped. I played them all with controller. And here we are. No! No! Slow down, buddy. So yeah, like when yeah, I think I recall you mentioning that in the Discord server. That motion controls suck when you're fighting her. However, I probably will play No More Heroes 3 with the motion controls, just because I know Suda really designed it for the motion controls, and because it's a brand new game, why not, right? If they really piss me off, then I'll switch. But I would like to play it with the motion controls for my first playthrough. Oh shit, I was fixing my hair. Damn it. Yeah. See, I normally play with the regular, like with the controller. However, like I said, for 3, I'm gonna try motion controls, just because it'll be brand new. See, I feel like this power up that the Zelda 2 shirt is giving me is good, but not broken like the Wind Waker one. The Wind Waker one is legitimately broken, like actually busted. Like Doppelganger went down in like 40 seconds with that. Get out of here. He is. I do think he's a good boss. He's a fun fight. But I do think that he, like, he just gets obliterated by some strategies. Yeah, see, for the longest time, I had no idea until I was watching some playthroughs and some, I think a speed run of the fight, or like him on Bitter or something, and I saw it's like the one that's like dabbing. And I don't know why, but the one that's doing a dab is the right one for some reason. Yeah, like they're all doing JoJo poses, which is sick. But the one that looks like a dab is the one that's the real one. I do love how he does split into multiple versions. That looks sick, and it reminds me of the Abyss Watchers when they like bounce off each other and stuff. I think you have to go down here to get like a bonus, a secret. Oh my god, the whole crew's here! No! Okay. Oh? What? What? I swear there was like a bonus up here. Oh, it's skill chip. Okay, let's see what that was. NBMB. Is that Nutsberry Milk Blanc Mange? Like what I want is BCB. That's what I need. I don't remember where you get it. It might be what's it called? It might be the next one, the Golden Dragon. It might be Golden Dragon, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I played. Plus I never used it in my first playthrough, which was a mistake because BCB is busted. Ow. Ah, you've been stunned, punk. Get out of here. Yeah, like, I think, like, isn't, like, the optimal one, like, heavy chip, shining, it's, like, the electric one, BCB, the slow down one, and I don't remember what the fourth one is for, like, the optimal. Infinite Justice, that's the one that lets you do the dash, right? Where do you get that? Isn't that From Life is Destroy? Here, coffee and donuts, your favorite. Oh, it's the one you get from Silver Phase. Oh, isn't that the hook? That's what that is. So the 00, like the 00 chip is the one I'm thinking of that lets you do the dash that helps you in like the outer space part of Killer Marathon. That's true. Like it's all, yeah, and you're pretty much using up a skill chip spot for something that's really mainly used for bosses. And I really don't have that many issues with the bosses. It's usually like, unless it's Killer Marathon 4 like the very end of Killer Marathon, I've never beaten it on not sweet. Every time I played it on mild or whatever, I had to go to sweet. So this time, I'm gonna nail it. And that Wind Waker shirt is gonna save me. Guaranteed, because it's broken. Okay, so this Brian Buster fight, true, that is true. And you can also have like the different, I'm gonna save, the different like skill chip sets you can do. Probably also helps. I want that belt buckle. Looks sick. Alright. Well, I'm gonna be facing Brian Buster and then I'll probably call the stream there, so by the time you get back, it might be over. Just as a fair warning. But here we go. Alright. Yeah, just about to do the fight. Which I like. I think this fight would be amazing if it wasn't just stuck in a hallway. Like, if it was in the open area that there is right there, it would be sick, but you're just kind of stuck in, like, a 2D thing, like it's like a 2D fighting game, almost. This song is badass. Let's go. I did not mean to put that down. Whoops. Don't tell me I'm infinite looping him. Oh! And then big boy's awake, the Iron Giant over there. Oh, Jesus. No! Ah! Oh, I did not know there was a laser with that. Get out of here!
Just bring it.
Bring it! Hey, Crunchy! Hey, old man has been wrestled. Yeah, this fight would be amazing if it wasn't just stuck in a hallway. If it was like a more open area, it would be an insane, crazy fight. Also, I kind of just made him look like nothing just from just 2 hits, stun, 2 hits, stun. But yeah, Crunchy, it's unfortunate that you came at this time because I think I'll probably be ending the stream once I get back to the trailer here. But you should catch the next one. I know, I'm sorry. I do have a little bit of plans going on later today around this time, so it kind of worked out. But be sure to catch the next stream whenever that happens. I'll probably be able to finish the game by then, and then I'll be ready. August 27th, which is 25 days from now, the drop for No More Heroes 3. I'm going to be streaming that at midnight as soon as I can download it on my Switch, because I bought it digitally. I bought it physically twice. I'm ready. I unintentionally bought it physically twice, but I guess I'm going to have 2 physical copies. Yeah, so I'm really hyped for that, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this game soon, be ready for that. And then I got to really continue playing like Silver Case and all that stuff, so I can know all the crazy stuff for the lore. Alright, take care, Asuka. I'm glad you joined. It was a good time. Yes. Silver Case has to do with this game. It's big, and you would never really realize, but you should play this. Like, there's an entire series called Kill the Past. How? Kamui himself is in this game and 3. Like, that's the Kamui. Like, the guy. But, you'll note there's an entire series. It's Kill the Past, No More Heroes is a part of it. It's a big grasshopper thing. And, it's like Silver Case, Flower, Sun, and Rain, Silver Case, 25th Ward, then Killer 7, No More Heroes, No More Heroes 2, Red, Blue, and Green, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes 3. I think that's the order off the top of my head that you should play them to get the whole Kill the Past in there. But you can just do the No More Heroes series like 1, 2, TSA 3 if you want. There's like an image for it. I'll try to send it to you if I can find it. But yeah, it's deep. It's real deep. You wouldn't expect it from No More Heroes 1 and 2, but this game is when you could really start to see it happening with this series. Also, I got a red battle chip. I think that one brings, like, it calls down a giant laser. I think. But yeah, man, from this game onward, like, this series gets crazy deep. Holding it in your hands. Did you buy it? Oh, reading the back of it. You should buy it and play it. Or you could buy it on Steam and play it. Just as a heads up about it, though, it's a visual novel, so it's just, you know, very text heavy. I saw a review of 25th Ward saying it's too text heavy, and it's like, it's literally a visual novel. That's the whole game. But yeah, yeah, but I still have yet to finish the Silver Case, so I gotta continue that and then do all the rest of the games. So there's a lot going on. I love how every boss has depth to them in some way. It's great. New article, Clark, Travis Strikes Back, I will save. And that will be it for today's stream. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. That was a great time. I'm glad you guys watched. I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm doing this stuff no matter what, if people are watching or if they're not, but it always feels a lot better when there's other people to share the fun with. Am I right? So, thank you guys so much for checking out the first stream for Travis Strikes Again. And yeah, so we'll catch you guys next time.